Okay, so we're going to fix the problem we have with the character having a seam down his face like this. Okay, instead of mirror, let's remove this, delete it. Make sure you're still in editable poly and not in any sub-object mode. Modify tab and add symmetry. Okay, so Y is definitely the one we want. Okay. Check flip. Nope, Y is not what we want. We want X. There we go. Oh, it was when I was there before. This, okay, so if you get this, check flip. So we want X. And you just kind of cycle through things sometimes to see what works. Okay, now slice along mirror. Make sure you check that, and weld seam. Make sure you check that. Now let's do a quick render. And you see the seam is gone. Okay, so instead of using mirror usually works. You can use symmetry. And the mirror is implied. And make sure you slice along mirror and weld seam. And those were on by default, fortunately. And that should get rid of the seam down the middle. Okay, so now let's take a look at his legs. Turn off the turbo smooth. And let's go to the bottom here. Okay, here's my leg. And I want to make this, I've tapered this, but what I want to do is I want to my Polygon map. There we go. Go to vertex. Now you're going to see that this edge right here is this edge, and this edge is this edge. And I want to move these vertices so that they are flat, like this with the other one. Okay. And that then gives me the flat edge on the bottom right here. Then I need to extrude further. Now for this character, let's see, I think I'm going to go to, let's go to edges and select those. And let's pull them, whoops, we don't want to pull that out. We just want the bottom ones. So hold down the Alt and select this. Okay, just going to pull those down a little bit. A little bit more of a leg. Okay, and now what I'm going to do for this character, I'm pretty happy with this for the feet, for the legs. Actually, one last thing I want to do. I want to add a loop around here, an edge loop, swift loop, swift loop. May not let me. Just select that. It's not letting me have all the. Just want to pull off that way and that way. I wanted to pull off this way. Alright, let's just do this. It just drives me nuts because it doesn't work always the way you want it to. Edge mode. And I'm on the bottom down here. And I'm just going to hit my control and select. Ooh, I need to get rid of that extra vertex. Okay, and what I'm going to do is hold down my shift key and let go of everything, of course. Let's do Alt. There we go. Hold down my shift key and okay, third time's a charm. All right, hold down my shift key. Okay, for some reason it's not letting me do this. Let's try it again. Swift loop. There we go. That's what I want right there. Just clicked it. Okay, so, and the reason I did this is so when I turn on that turbo smooth, I don't get stumps. It rounds out the legs like that. And that's exactly what I want. Okay. Now, what I want to do for this is I want to create shoes and attach them rather than try to model giant shoes out of this character. Turn off turbo smooth. Go back to this and to my vertices. I'm gonna start bringing this in to create a mouth. Check it out in all the views. Oh, I'm on the bottom. Let's go back to the top. And change this back to wireframe. Okay, you see how the mouth is now inside the body? And these should help round out the mouth. Now, you may want to move these around a little bit to keep them from looking unhappy. You gotta be careful. Whatever happens to that seam starts to get really strong edge. Okay. Alright, let's see how that does. There we go. Very cute. It looks happy. And that's pretty much it in terms of, the basics for this. Now, this is rough. I want to go through and I want to start tweaking things to make it look cleaner and neater and nicer. But those are the basics. I mean, that's basically how it's done. So I'm going to add feet and attach those as an element. I'm going to add eyes and link those. Okay, those will be linked. So we will start next, I guess, with the feet, with the shoes. And I'm going to create his shoes. And I'm going to do that as extended primitives. And I'm going to use capsules. And maybe I want to put them in. Let's put them in here. Yeah, that's not how I want them. That's okay. Let's just do it the wrong way and then I can show you. Okay, yeah, I like the idea of capsules. Okay, I want them to lay down, so I would, in my left view, just rotate them so that they're yeah, I mean that's gonna work. So I'm going to select my object. And I would want to refine this a little bit more. Let's see. That definitely needs some work. Convert to editable poly. And I'm just moving all of these up slowly until I get a flat bottom on my shoe. There we go. Okay, let's get out of that. Go back to my main character. Go all the way down to my element mode. And attach. Where's my attach? Oh, edit geometry. Click the list. Select a capsule. And now he's got feet. There we go. His legs need some work. They're kind of spindly, but you get the gist of it. You see how the basics go, and then we will we would spend some time now, right? So we have the basics outlined. He's pretty cute. He looks good. He just needs some work, and we want to slowly go in and spend time cleaning him up. Look for anything that could go wrong, which, here's the thing. Part of the issue with 3D Studio Max is that you have to know things that you can't possibly know because you haven't learned them yet. And so the best I can do is just to tell you to look for things that might overlap, like at armpits, that don't work. Like as we've discussed, like here, all this is clean and clear and we shouldn't have any problems with this. All here as well. Everything, nothing overlaps. No weird. Some of it is some weird sided geometry, but I've hidden it. But just kind of clean up my geometry. Make sure that nothing weird or odd is going on, and we don't really have anything because we've gone in and we've cleaned it up for the most part. Okay. And so we will continue in the next video with the eyes on this character and some clothes.